From the 6th of September, we are going to be opening St Matthew's on Sunday evenings so that you can come here to join us in worship in person. As you might have guessed, it's not going to be the same as it was right before lockdown, so I thought I'd just go through what exactly is going to be happening. One of the big changes is that you will need to be putting on a mask, and you'll need to keep that mask on until the end of the service. Now, when you come in through the door, there's going to be hand sanitizer here on the font, so please make sure you sanitize your hands when you come in, and then you'll be walking through into towards the reception area, and at this point we've got a place for you to sign in so that we can comply with the track and trace regulations from the government. So once you go into the main church building, where we are now, you'll see that it looks a little bit different, but there's still a bit of a 6:30 vibe to it. So you'll see a coffee table with 4 chairs around it. And you'll see there are 2 chairs together on one side, and then on the other side of the coffee table there are 2 more chairs which are 2 meters apart from the other chairs. Now that means that 2 households or bubbles can sit together at a distance around the coffee table. It might mean that only one person sits on each side and you've only got 2 people there, or it might be that you've got 4 people from 2 households, and there is scope in some of the places to be able to add extra chairs, so if you've got a household of more than 2, you can still come and sit together. The good news is that we have a really big and airy and open space here at St Matthew's, and we don't have any pews either, which means that we can comply with the government and the Church of England's regulations on hospitality spaces. Now that means that we can have a restricted social time with coffee in the building. Now we won't be serving cakes for the time being, and we will be doing table service. We're going to be upping our game. You won't even have to go and get it from somewhere. We'll bring it to you, and that's really to limit the movement in the church building. Now we're going to be operating under the same guidelines as restaurants and pubs and cafes. And if you've been to one of those, you'll know that you're supposed to only go with one other household. And even if you bump into other people from other households, then you should just speak to the people that you've gone with. Now the way we're going to be managing this is by saying, stay with the other household sat around your coffee table with you. That's a really clear boundary of who you can speak to within the building. We're going to say that if the weather is okay, we'll encourage people to go out through the north door just here and into the car park and in front of the church, where you can gather in groups of 6 from more than 2 households. One of the other big challenges that we're going to face whilst being in the building is that congregations for the moment aren't allowed to sing. Now we've been thinking about how we're going to handle this, and it may be that we're going to be a bit more creative about the way we use prayer and we use scripture with music, but we are still going to be singing songs. And if you're in the congregation, then you're very welcome to whisper, you're very welcome to hum the words, and of course you're always very welcome to do some interpretive dancing, as long as you stay 2 meters from everyone else. Now the space is also going to be limited. So for at least for the first couple of weeks, and here's what we're going to say. If you normally come to the 6:30 service, or if you've joined us online since the beginning of lockdown, feel free to just turn up. If you normally go to one of the other services, you're very welcome to come to the 6:30, but I would just ask that you email me, simonp@stm.org.uk, just so that I know that we can fit everyone in. We've got somewhere between 40 and 60 places for people, so there should be plenty of room. But as I say, if you come to a different service, do let me know first. Finally, we're really excited to be opening up our church building again for worship. But we're also really aware that for some of you, you are looking forward to coming back to our building. but because of reasons of health, you or someone you love, you won't be coming back just yet in person. And I just wanted to reassure you that first of all, we'll still be carrying on with our live stream. But secondly, the service will be just as much for you on the live stream as it will be for those people who are going to be here in the building. There are going to be a few changes coming up in how we do that, but it's still just for you. So from the 6th of September, we will just be broadcasting to YouTube, and then after the service, we will be having Zoom coffee, just like we do at the 10 o'clock. I think that's fine.